Good morning. Yeah, it's still morning. Here it is anyway. What time of day is it? What day of the week is it? I don't know anymore. So I'm being still. I'm waiting. It's a strange time for me to pop on. I'm usually 10 or 12. 11. Let's shake things up a little bit today. Hello, Geraldine. Thank you for joining me. I've been dancing, literally. It just seems like to me like it's really important today and every day. The message to me is to stay out of fear, to do whatever it takes to stay out of fear. So when something hits me and it starts to pull me down into that wave of fear, I like, okay, what do I got to do? And I'm just all about putting on music and dancing. I can't help it. It's just absolutely um, the biggest draw for me these days. So I've been dancing all morning, even to Donny Osmond. Do you know I saw him live in concert probably 15 years ago? I was in love with him when I was 9. I thought I was going to marry him. Dang it, he married somebody else. Hi, Veronica. Thank you for joining me. So I'm silly this morning. I had some fearful stuff hit me this morning. It should have been fearful. And instead of it being fearful, it just fell into an instant sense of calm. Like all is well, all is well, all is well. And I think that that's really my biggest reminder today that whatever else we do, I'm shaking all over, look at that. So speaking of dancing, whatever else we do today, let's remind each other the importance of remembering to stay in that lens of love and to stay out of fear, because this is a disease of fear. That's how it was coming to me this morning, is this is a disease of fear. We are in a world right now where this is running rampant, and every symptom that we have, hi Carrie, every time we have a symptom we think, uh-oh, what if this is it? Or somebody walks by us and coughs, or there's a little fever, somebody that we know has a little fever, we fall immediately into that pit of fear. So the reminder today is the fear is actually feeding this. The more we're afraid, the more we're drawing it in. I wanted to play a game today that involved mirrors, because it's important to remember that the energy that we give out is the energy that's returning always. But something else came to me just as I started. I love that when I sit down and it's like, okay, ego, step aside. I want my higher self to come into the building. I just want to sit here and play and be in that space, because your higher self is not affected by any of this. Can you push that ego aside and see things differently, see through a different lens? So the thing that came to me today, I see another face. Let me know that you're here, and I'll say hi to you. Hi, Sally De La Rosa. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have time to stay with us. The thing that came to me just as I was getting ready to hit the go live button. Hello, sunshine. That's funny because the song I was just dancing to was Here Comes the Sun. We're very much in tune, aren't we? It's one of my favorite songs. I'm like, yes, there comes my song. How about a kaleidoscope today? Can you each visualize yourself? We'll keep reminding new people as they come on. What happens when you shine that kaleidoscope up into the light anywhere? It transforms. All of a sudden those colors become more bright, more vivid. You can spin it around and the world becomes a more beautiful place. It becomes a place that you couldn't even imagine how beautiful it is. And I love it when they bring me messages like that, because how incredible is it for us to sit in this space every day and to see the world through different eyes. As we wake up, as we are more aware of what's around us, of the beauty. Yesterday when I was out for a walk, the flowers, there's wildflowers everywhere, and it's been raining and everything is so green here. It's just like it went from brown mountains to suddenly, I can't call you right now, sorry. It went from brown mountains suddenly to the greenest green mountains I have ever seen. It's a very happy place. Hi, Terry Angel. So glad you jumped in. So today our game is seeing the world through a kaleidoscope, turning that kaleidoscope up to the sun and allowing those colors to just come alive. Do you remember that? I don't know how long ago you've had a kaleidoscope. That's always been one of my favorite toys. As a matter of fact, I was near Sedona last year. It's been almost 2 years now, and there was a shop there that was the really, really super big, fancy, expensive kaleidoscopes, and I was like in hog heaven. Oh my gosh, I love them. Hi Deirdre, so glad that you joined us. So I want you to give yourself that gift today. Yes, please share. Thank you, Terry. I'm the worst at sharing once I get going. So can you visualize that today? Can you give yourself a kaleidoscope? Can you see the world a little bit differently today? Because, man, it's a scary place. And I know this morning, hearing that somebody that I care about suddenly has a fever, I'm like, oh, wait, I could get really scared. And then I went, wait, no. Brittany, thank you for joining us. No, I don't want to look through that lens. I don't want to see this world in fear. I don't want to be afraid. It's the energy of fear pulls us down like quicksand, and pretty soon it's like we can't even breathe through it. So the trick here is to just work to immediately work to change your lens. So I immediately started talking to my angels, to my team, to your team. We're all in the same, we all have the same team, truly. But I started talking. I'm like, okay, is this okay? Is he okay? And it was like, yes, it's negative. It doesn't even need to go to the hospital for a test. This is nothing to be afraid of. And so my job was to, hey, you, this is not something that you need to be afraid of. Calm down. No matter what your circle of people are telling you, please, please be still in this. Because most of us, truly, most of us are not going to see this. We're not going to be so affected physically. And if we start to have symptoms, fear is what pushes it. It feeds it. Think about these people. They're so afraid. They're getting sick. They're going to the hospital, and nobody can even touch them. Nobody can hold them. Their faces are covered. The people that are coming to them, they can't even see a smile. And so this is a disease of fear, truly. We've never seen anything like this before. It's so obvious to me that the fear is feeding this and creating something even bigger. Our energy is so powerful, and the energy of fear is super strong, but love will always trump fear. Love is so much stronger than fear, so you have to find that inside of you. Oh, it's bubbling up right now. Can you feel it? I love it when it feels like that. So when you can turn that lens away from, visualize yourself with that kaleidoscope and start looking at it, there's hearts, and there's stars, and there's colors, and there's shapes of all sorts. And when you put that up in front of your eye, you can't concentrate on that scary stuff anymore. You're seeing something beautiful. Can you give yourself that gift? Can you visualize yourself with that toy again, that little child? Just for a few minutes, and every time something comes on the news, if you have to watch it, try not to be obsessed with that scary stuff. And if you have to watch it, please know that you have to be careful with the energy, okay? All of us light workers, it's so important. There are so many people that are not aware of what's going on, and they are living in a sense of fear right now, and they don't know how to see it any differently. And it's our job to hold that different energy. It's your job. There's nothing selfish about it. It's your job to be joyful. It's your job to be happy. It's your job to feel love. It's your job to stay in those upper vibrational energies as much as you can. And when those people call you, when they are sick, when they are hurt, when they are scared, it's your job to take on that voice. It's that voice of calm, that voice that Jesus would use, or whoever you choose. It could be an angel, it could be the voice of your mother, it could be the voice of your grandmother. That calming presence, it's our job to bring that calming presence into the planet right now, because it's that's going to change it. Can you hear it? When you stop yourself, I want you to, this is a funny exercise, okay? There's nothing crazy about talking to yourself. One of the best ways that I learned how to heal after Steve died was getting into the car and driving around, who knows where. I didn't even know where I was going, and I would start talking. And all of my pain and my grief and all of that would come out, and I would be crying. Sometimes I'd have to pull off the side of the road and just get a good cry, but I didn't stop. And after a while, I would hear how my voice would change. Suddenly I wasn't in grief anymore. Suddenly I was self-soothing. Suddenly I was coming from a different place. I really recommend people try that. We have this false belief inside of us that it's crazy to talk to yourself. It is not. Because what happens when you get yourself in a quiet place and you start talking calmly and you ask a question, any questions that you've got, if you're afraid, say it. You're talking to yourself. There's no judgment. Nobody's around that's going to judge you or anything. You can say whatever comes to you. And breathe while you're doing it. It's important to breathe. And you will notice that there's a point when your voice suddenly takes on a sense of calm. When it suddenly, your higher self comes into the building. Your angels start working through you, however you want to look at it. And you suddenly hear this voice of calm, this voice of love, this voice of comfort. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. You are not alone. We are always here. We did not send you to this planet to suffer, to go through grief all by yourself. There are lessons that you're here to learn, and it's not always easy. Sometimes it's extremely painful. But if you can put yourself into that place of peace, that place of just absolute love, then the rest of it kind of takes the back seat. And you really have to give yourself that gift right now. You have to turn off all of that scary stuff for a little while and realize that you are so much greater than this virus, and you're so much greater than the pain and the suffering that's going on. And every one of those people that does have the virus, if they choose to pass, they are so much greater too. They are moving on into a new realm. Excuse me, I'm dry this morning. There's some clearing going on in their throat chakras today, you guys. It feels as this has happened before when we did this. I suddenly was like up here. So that's what I do as an empath. I sense what's going on in the space that we're in. So this little group is what we're talking about today, is learning to find your voice. And so it feels as if there's work going on here for some of you. You're finding a different voice, okay? You have been living this life. You've been stressed. You've had to yell at people. You've had to stand up for yourself. You've had to be scared. You've had to do all these things. And now it's as if we're being given this voice. You know, many of us didn't have, yeah, that's where it is. One of you needs this today. It's coming up strong. Many of us did not have that calming presence in our home life. I raised my hand. I did not. And I had to become my own parent. I had to learn how to self-comfort. I had to learn that I can't count on the people necessarily in my world to know how to comfort me. They did the best that they could with what they had to work with, but they weren't necessarily able to. I remember as a child being in such a stressed out home life that if I got sad or hurt or upset about anything, if I showed that, I would get yelled at. I wasn't even allowed to be sad or have negative emotions, and I learned to bottle it and keep it all inside of myself. And I wasn't always the best at it as a parent myself. I was a stressed out single mom a lot of the time. I mean, think about 6 kids. It was very stressful. And my first marriage was abusive, and it was mean, and I was really all by myself in parenting. And Steve changed that a lot. He brought a calm presence, some security. And then when he died, I was thrown right back into it again. And it was in that space of that stressed out, really hurting, grief-filled mama that people came to me. Terry Angel, you're one of them. People came to me. There was so many of you that came forth and said, you're not in this all by yourself. You're not in this all by yourself. You are surrounded. And it's not necessarily those people in your life, the people that brought you into the world, your siblings, your cousins, your aunts and uncles, those are not the people necessarily that are going to bring you that sense of calm. This is a very difficult time, and I'm telling you again because you may be going through it yourself. Focus energy here, you guys. Do this because you're getting some clearing there. You may notice this gift come through, this sense of calm in your voice right now because the world so needs it. Right now in this place where it's so difficult for all of us, can you be that voice of comfort for yourself? Can you be that voice of comfort for you? Can you be that voice of comfort for others? Can you find that voice in yourself, that peaceful? It's not so difficult. You breathe. Right now, just breathe it into your throat space. Because I feel I've got to stop for a minute. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of energy, even some discomfort. So there may be some illness here amongst this group. There may be some illness in the throat area if you've got a sore throat. I really want you to concentrate right now. Breathe that energy in. There's healing energy in this space. We're all together. Our angels are gathered around us. Our ancestors, I feel them at my back right now. So please breathe in deeply. And if you feel like yawning, yawn big. And allow that energy to stretch and work right here in your throat. And it's going to go to wherever it's needed for you as you let it flow. The energy is so available to us. We just have to ask and be willing. Just, bring it. In whatever way that it's needed right now, we're letting that energy flow. When we gather here, every day I do something a little bit different. I've always had my own way of doing things. I don't know how to do things the way other people do. I'm serious. Sometimes it's a fault, and sometimes it's a gift. And so I really feel like Source, like the energy works through me in whatever way. I'm like, okay, whatever. Here we go. Let's have some fun. So let's visualize ourselves drinking you've got a big glass bottle of orange soda or grape. You can choose. I got a big cooler. And we're going to pick out whatever flavor we like. Man, when we were kids, when you were a kid, did you just, the glass bottle, take those tops off? Because it tastes better in glass, doesn't it? And that's what we had when I was a kid. It was always in glass. So pop that top. That top is filled with healing energy that is going to flow through your body right now. So pop that top, and I want you to take a big old swig of it, and I want you to feel it when it hits your mouth. And we're so thirsty. So as we're doing this, we're like, hi, Bobby Ann. Sorry. So as we're doing this, we're going to just let that sweet healing drink, whatever you've chosen, let it just flow down that parched throat. Let it go. And as it's going, it is just clearing away any blocks, any cords. We're going to focus on clearing blocks, cords, attachments, anything that you've got right now that is no longer serving you, and you don't even know what it is. I'm glad you caught us, Bobby Ann. Pop goes the weasel. That's good. Pop goes the top. We're going to continue to drink this soda. Every time you start to feel dry in your throat, every time you feel, can you feel it? Because I can feel it traveling right on down. We want that to happen right now. We want to keep any kind of disease, any kind of blocks, any kind of fear, any lower vibrational energies. We're going to throw that in there too. Anything that you got that is not serving you, that is not for your highest of good right now, we're going to let it just flush away. We're taking a Coke break. Don't worry about the calories. We're all drinking it. We just zero each other out. This is the kind of Coca-Cola. Geraldine, don't even worry about the sugar, okay? The sugar will not hurt you. This is good sugar. This is the love sugar. So let it flow. Let it flow. Take a big old swig. And let it just continue to flow. Julie, can you feel it? Excellent. I'm so glad you can feel that energy flowing through you. And it's just going to every cell in your body right now. So as you breathe, visualize your little child enjoying that. She or he got a little lips up to that Coke bottle and it's like big smile. Let yourself smile. Let yourself enjoy it while you're here today. Meditation does not have to be serious at all. We can sit around like a bunch of little kids enjoying a cold soda pop. Are you enjoying it? Good. That's the message I got. Are you enjoying it? Good. I love this. I literally am seeing like all these little angels, and they're like little children, and they're sitting in a circle with us. They're the cutest little pudgy-faced angels that have joined us right now. They're giggling, and they're laughing, and they're picking flowers, and they're making chains out of the flowers together, and they're just happy as they can be. Can you see them? This is a fun little playground they've created for us. And we are having a beautiful break right now. And I feel already clearer in my throat. I don't know if you guys are. Little Geraldine is loving it too. Good. Enjoy it. Enjoy it so much. Big energy right now on the heart area. Please breathe that in. It's almost taking my breath away. Fill your lungs, heart and lungs. We're going back into the deep breathing. It's important to expand those lungs, so just breathe it. Expand them as big as you can. You want to blow some bubbles? Do you got your wand? I don't know where that came from. I think our little angels just brought us bubbles into the room. That was fun. So when you are breathing in this beautiful healing energy, let's blow it back out. Let's blow out anything that no longer serves us, okay? So picture yourself with your little bubble wand and just big breath in and then blow it really good, just like you got. We're going to make so many rainbow bubbles right now. We're just going to have so much fun. So please visualize yourself doing that. Don't drink the Coke at the same time, though. Take a break from the Coca-Cola while you're blowing bubbles. It's a little party time at the playground today. There's a gentle breeze, and I see your bubbles. They're just covered with rainbows, and they're just flying off to be taken away from you. You don't need to hold on to that stuff anymore. Picture those bubbles. Anything, any words, anything that come to you, blow them into those bubbles. And let them go. Let them go. We're just watching them fly off into the heavens away from us. We're not going to try to grab them back. We're just letting them go, okay? If you have any fear, if you're... I totally get it. We are so supported in this, so blow it away. Let it go. To the best of your ability, let it go. And that lightened up on my heart a lot. Thank you, whoever let that go, because I'm suddenly feeling like I can breathe again. These little exercises that come through every day, I hope that you're taking them as like a homework assignment all day long. Continue to breathe that into your throat, to drink that into your throat. Continue to work on clearing this. Don't be afraid of talking to yourself. Find a quiet place. I used to have a psychology teacher that said, the best thing that you can do is to go find a tree and talk to it. Trees are the best listeners. You can talk to your dog or your cat. They're good listeners too. You can talk to your spouses, but they don't always hear you, and it really doesn't matter if they hear you or not. The truth of this is it's just a matter of talking, and it's a matter of asking those questions, those things, and then keep on just expounding, keep on letting it roll, keep on going, keep on going. We often hear about people that do automatic writing. For me, this is automatic speaking. It literally will suddenly, as you let it flow, it suddenly starts coming to you differently, and you will notice a difference in the way that your voice comes through. For me, when I first started doing it, it would come through. All of a sudden, it would go from this painful place to this boom, like it's just flying out of me, and I can't stop it. And I knew, okay, something in me just shifted, something changed. And I hope you guys have experienced that. And if you haven't, please give yourselves that exercise today. That's my homework assignment. Find a quiet place. Please allow your Holy Spirit higher self to communicate more effectively with you through active communication. I speak out of my ego, and then all of a sudden my higher self comes into the room, and and eventually they're like here. They come together so easily. It takes a little work, it takes some rewiring, but they do. And something beautiful happens when you figure that out. You'll notice that. I hope you guys will write to me and tell me if you notice that happening to you, that change. Let's see what you guys got from me for a minute. Marlene, nice to see you. I don't think I said hi to you yet. I'm so glad you joined us. Brittany, I said, I don't know, but hello. Who else? Pop Goes the Weasel. I like that, Bobby Ann. Geraldine, I'm glad you're enjoying. I hope that soda felt good to you. That cooling, healing energy running down your throat, because it sure felt good to me. I think we should do that more often too, don't you? When you're going out, we can't get out and do much right now, but if you got bubbles someplace. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw, I was blowing my seeds around the yard from the dandelions. Anything, Luann, thank you for joining us. Anything that, let's see, Sally, that's funny, I recently started blowing bubbles for my kitties for entertainment. Yay, I'm glad you're blowing bubbles. You came into the room and the bubbles came to me. We're on the same wavelength. I have a kitty. I bet she'd like some bubbles. Let's go, let God, as I say, exactly. Carrie, I'm glad that you're feeling better, because truly, for a minute there, it was so heavy. It was like somebody walked in and laid a big weight on my chest. So it may have been you, it may have been many of us, but suddenly it was like lifted away from us. That's what it's all about. That's why we gather like this. Our energy is just working. We're all in this together. It does. I need to do it more. You do. Geraldine, we're gonna blow bubbles. We're gonna dance. We're gonna be silly. We're gonna visualize ourselves in that playground with all those little cute little roly-poly angels. I literally see, whenever I focus on them, it's like there's a flower bed right now, and they're just rolling around in it, giggling, and they're so happy. And that's what they want for us. They keep showing us this. This message keeps coming through to so many. It's really, truly time to play. You gotta turn off the filter. You gotta go look through that kaleidoscope. Turn off the filter. Close this eye that's looking out at the world and all the scary stuff, and put that kaleidoscope up to this eye and turn it up to the sun, and let's look at the world differently. Let's see it through the eyes of source energy, through the glittery. Everything is beautiful and glitter, and on the other side there's no fear. There's no they don't react like we do. There's no judgment. Everything is an experience. These diseases or these things that happen to us when we lose loved ones, all those things, they're pure experience. It's your soul having an experience, and yes, it hurts, and it's part of it. It's part of why you came here. It's part of it. These things mold us into what we are. So it's like, can I change my focus? I wrote something about the crow's nest. That's what's coming to me. And it was all about, can I climb up into that crow's nest and look down on the world differently? Not as the victim anymore, but as the observer. As like this, yes, this is happening around me. It's happening. There's things happening that are affecting my physical self, and yet the truth of who I am is so much greater than that. So I don't have to let it drown me. I don't have to let it pull me down. I can look at it differently. Yes, it's there, but it's not a punishment. I'm not a victim. I'm just an observer. I'm experiencing these things. Does that make sense to you? Geraldine, no fear, just love. Exactly. Thank you for the rose, Annie. You made me think of, I'm all in fairy tale land again, and I'm just thinking Beauty and the Beast when you put that rose up there. Play, Geraldine, exactly. I hope you do have bubbles. I hope that you and Terry get out there in a little while. Maybe tonight when you're doing your go live, but start blowing bubbles so we can see you doing that. I would love to join you in that. You know, you can make your own bubbles, right? If you got dish soap and water, you can make if you have a little wire, which I do, you can make yourself a little bubble blower. we can't get out too much to the store. They probably wouldn't call that a necessity. But we can find a way to make it work. People may see it as a weed, but to me, I see dandelion seeds as a wish in the making. It's exactly true. I'm out there blowing those. I had a garden of them. I keep thinking I need to dig up that garden and put down some some plastic and some mulch, but then I'm like, but every day I look out there and there's those yellow flowers, and the next day I look out and there's a million seeds. And I really believe I not only see dandelions as wishes, I see them as healing, as healers. Dandelion roots, dandelion leaves, they have healing qualities, and there's a reason why God puts them on this earth with so many seeds. Truly, there's a reason. I've always known that since I was a child. And I would highly suggest that you consider dandelion tea in your world. I'm a big dandelion tea believer in the detox effects of dandelions. Let's see. What am I missing? This earth is so enchanting. Like, twilight is my favorite time of the day. Twilight's my favorite time. It's all my favorite time. But I love to sit after the sun goes down, right directly after the sun goes down, or take a walk right in there, because the sky's just got that little bit of tinge of pink still, and the bats come out, and I'm a big fan of bats, if you know me. And so it's magical. And right as the evening starts, the dragonflies are out. Tammy Maxine, thank you for joining me. We'll do if we have a sunset. It's been raining here. Yeah, we're kind of, I think over the next couple of days we're going to get some sunshine back, but we've been really rainy and thunderstorms too, so I totally get that, Geraldine. If you can't, if you don't have a, let me know. I'll go down there and put the water on or something. We'll find a way. We'll find a way to play. Let's see. This earth is so enchanting, Bobby Ann. I totally agree with you. Paula, thank you for joining us. Please go back. There was a lot of healing energy. Tammy, you too. There was some exercises that came through that, like drinking a cold soda in a glass bottle to go to our throat to get some healing. I am completely clear now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but when we first started, I kept getting choked up. So it feels as if there's been healing in the group as far as your throats are concerned. That throat chakra, to keep it clear, to work on the calming presence. I'm like, there's one thing about me that I don't understand, and it's part of how I'm wired, and it's part of, we all have our gifts. I was thinking about that earlier. It kind of came up that they keep pulling us to the playground to play cooperative games. We each have our gifts. We each have ways that we are wired to do something right now. And for me, it's this weird calming presence. I don't even know where it comes from. If there's a big emergency, everything inside of me goes to calm. And I probably should have been a firefighter. I don't freak out. I just go to, okay, what's got to be done? And then after the emergency, I freak out. Then it's like, I'm shaking. But when it happens, I completely everything else in me just shuts down. And if you guys do that, maybe it's part of being a light worker, I don't know. But right now, in this time and space with things going so crazy, there's emergencies, there's crazy things going on all around us, and that is working in my favor. It's like, I'm so calm. I don't have any fear. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. What else? Yeah, please watch on the replay. Snapdragons, gotta go. Mother needs my help. Okay, go take care of your mama, Bobby Ann. So I think we're really close. I want you to just for a minute, let's ground ourselves for just a minute together. I like to do that. I'm getting choked up again. You guys, keep clearing, keep drinking your soda. Let's do it again real quick. Let's go ahead and drink another drink. We've gotten thirsty again, okay? I think I want root beer this time. I'm cracking open a root beer. I love root beer. My little girl's a happy camper right now. Take a big cold sip of soda. Visualize yourself with that cold liquid going down your throat right now. Deirdre, I'm calm too. No fear here. Very good. What did we say yesterday, Geraldine? I'm feeling it and I'm healing it. That was really a good line. I'm feeling it and I'm healing it. If you got stuff that's coming up right now, there's a lot of clearing going on. If you got stuff that's happening inside of you that makes you feel fearful or scared or whatever, feel it and then heal it. Like, let it come up into healing. Don't shove it back down. Feel it, heal it, let it come up. There's so much assistance available to you right now. Are you willing to just hold it out and say, here, I pulled it, it came from here, and it's here, and I'm going to blow it away in my bubbles because I don't want it anymore. I'm done with it. It's healed. It is healed. It is healed. You don't need to try to pull it back later and say, oh, let me remember how much that hurt. Don't do it. It's healed. It's gone. Let it go. Blow it away. Geraldine, I'm feeling it. I'm healing. Excellent. Oh, Carrie, you got a good burp. Excellent. You gonna burp out all that negative emotion. Just let it go. We'll just all have one huge group burp all at the same time. Just letting go. Thank you for that laugh. Geraldine's got bubbles. We're all going to Geraldine's house. We're all going to play bubbles for a while. Yay. That's excellent. I'm feeling it and healing it. Somehow we gotta work with that little phrase. So please visualize yourself for just a minute. Let's ground our energy before we leave. I don't want to overlap on anybody else today because we all need each other. We're all cooperating with each other to bring this new energy, this new light onto the planet. So for just a minute, my feet feel like they're rooted perfectly right now. Can you feel it in the centers of your feet? There's this, I noticed it a few months ago. It's like something changed with the centers of my feet. Like the earth is, I feel like I'm a part of it. Like it's just coming right up through the center of my feet and right up into my body. So I keep showing people pictures that I'm like this tree that's perfectly rooted. We're all that now. They want us to feel more at home on this planet than we have ever felt before. So put your feet down on the earth, or if you can't, visualize your feet. And the roots are coming out and they're going deeply into the earth. And as I usually say, that crystalline core of the earth is the soul. This earth is so very alive, and we are joining with the soul of the earth. And it is the most beautiful energy. And we have let go, we have released so much negative energy, and so we're going to let that healing light of the earth come right back up through the roots of our feet and straight up the body. And you can breathe in deeply as it's coming up through your feet, through your legs, all the way up, and it hits the back at your base of your spine, your root chakra, and it starts lighting you up, and you can hear it. I love this noise. It goes bing, 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 all the way up through. And it's just throwing off anything that no longer belongs in there. It's all those blocks, attachments, anything that's stopping your chakras from spinning perfectly. And they actually do this. I don't know if you guys know. Can you see what I'm doing? You have they spin one way and they spin the other way simultaneously. And so once they're clear, they're throwing off all of the blocks and that you might still have in there. Anything that's blocking them up, that's stopping your flow of energy today. We're just shooting them off. They're flying out in every direction. Picture a merry-go-round, kids flying off everywhere. It's spinning so fast that they can't hold on. I don't know if that's nice, but it's fun. They're laughing. Okay? It's fun. They're having a good time. It's all safe at our playground. And that light shines right up through the top of your head, through the crown. And that healing energy that's coming up from the earth all the way through you is going to wherever it needs to go right now. And if you have anyone who you are fearful for or that is in great fear right now, please, please visualize them right now. Visualize that energy going to them, filling them with beautiful healing and a peace and a calm like they've never known before. We'll spread this calm all the way over the earth. Can you see it? It's like a warm blanket. And it's just spreading all the way around the earth. It's calming the planet. It's calming the people and the animals. Every living thing, everything. Everything is alive. Your house, your car, your trees, not yours, but it's not really yours, but it's, I really haven't had anything today, but I feel a little bit tipsy. I'm sorry. So everything is receiving that beautiful. You know what it is? I just realized that it's all those silly little angels. They have me just absolutely giddy inside. It's like I can see them playing everywhere. And it's so sweet. So it's making me feel like this childish energy is just like bubbling out of me everywhere. I'm having a hard time holding myself to the chair. Join me in that today. Join me in childlike presence. And do anything, like listen for your inner child today. What does she want? What does he want? What does that child need from you today? Is it comfort? Is it peace? Do they need to be held and rocked? Do they need nap time? Do they need a marshmallow? Do they need do they need a finger paint? Do they want to dance? Do they want to sing a little bit? Do they want to play the piano or whatever kind of instrument you enjoy, even if you can't play it well? What do they want? Can you hear your child today? That's the goal today for you, is to speak gently to that child, to love your inner child, and to know that you are so loved and that you are so valued and so needed and so supported in all of this. You are so supported. So enjoy your day, please. Carry that good burp. Geraldine, I'm feeling it and I'm healing. Let's see what it's doing. That is so fun. It is fun. We're having fun. Enjoy yourself. Be like those little angels today that are playing on the playground. Visualize that. Sit down quietly and just see them just playing around and just go in there. They are not keeping you out. They're welcoming you. They're just like, come on in. Come play. Come play. Come play in the playground today. Enjoy yourselves. I hope that tomorrow when you pop on, give me some things that have happened for you through this meditation time. I don't even know if you call it a meditation, but through this playground time. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What's happened throughout your day? What did you do? What was fun? How did you honor your child? I look forward to hearing from you. Have yourselves the most beautiful day. Giggle, laugh, enjoy yourselves. I'll see you again tomorrow. I love you. Bye.